Yeah, we're just going live. We're good to go.
Derek, knowing what was at stake today, how pleased are you with that performance, offensively, defensively, and just the energy that the team played with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really happy for our players and for the fans and people that came out tonight. It's been a really, up and down season, and lots of injuries. We started the regular season, our home regular season, in another building. So just really happy for our players to get a chance to finish the home regular season this way. And what that feels like when things do come together for you, because a lot of things just haven't come together for our group, this season. And so, happy for the team. Seattle just had one of those nights, when you have players out and it's hard to just keep, finding the production and finding what you need to be competitive. But they're a really good team. They're going to have a chance at the end. And, glad that we kept our opportunity alive to, have a chance to continue to play. So, we'll enjoy this one tonight, and then, we'll start to prepare ourselves for Atlanta.
Hey there, Chris Camillo, Matt Cassidy. Thursday night, it was rough. And obviously, kind of this era of just frustration and maybe a little bit of dejection. What changed over the last 48 hours? How were you guys able to really turn everything around?
No, I just think, experience is, an important teacher. And, I think our players Thursday night, as they continue to just think about and feel, the thoughts and the energy that it takes to, like, every game means something. Everybody's watching the standings. Everybody's hoping that, we win and they lose and this and that. And it just sometimes doesn't allow you to be as clear and fully present, in the moment. And so oftentimes, like, after you failed really bad and stumbled, really terribly, you end up a little more clear about the way you need to approach that same situation the next time. So, I just think our team tried to go out and have some fun tonight and enjoy playing the game together. Miss Ayla here, in my opinion, when you are blessed with the opportunity to do something professionally the way our players are, and you have brilliant young ladies like Zayla here that aspire to have this opportunity one day. I just think it was a good reminder for our players that you don't have the right to go out and not just leave it all out there every time you get a chance. And who cares whether you fail or not? You don't get to hold anything back for fear of failure. And so, I honestly and truly believe that your presence made a difference, for our team to just put what we do in perspective. Nobody's gonna really care that much whether you win or lose this game tonight. You guys are gonna write about it, some people will talk about it, people that's gonna hate on you anyway, gonna say negative things. People that really care about you don't really care whether you score 20 points or 2 points. So at the end of the day, it's still just basketball. It's your job. You're fortunate to have a job. Go out and play like it. And so to me, that's just what tonight was about, more so than us doing anything amazing from a strategic standpoint. Seattle had a rough night. We had a good night because we were more balanced in the proper perspective.
Hey, Coach. Last game we talked about how you think that pressure, facing a must-win situation, just kind of got to the team a little bit.
Yeah.
With tonight, would you say, as you said, after the last game, did you hold hands and jump off that rock together? Is this something that you think that going forward, despite whether or not we make the playoffs, that this is a first step into being able to respond to those situations? Yeah,
I hope so. And at least that's the way it looked. That's the way we played. It helps when the ball goes in the basket. That's a big part of being successful, at any level, to be honest, but especially at the pro level. If you can't make shots, it's just going to be tough to win. And so we shot the ball well tonight. We saw the ball go in early. I think that helped our confidence, but it really did look like a team, right? Like 8 players rowing in the same direction. And, that helps when you're trying to beat another team of really good players. It helps to like really be lock in step. And, we were fortunate to be the team that was closer to that tonight. I wish. I'm sure she has to get back home and get back to school and family and friends. But we really did enjoy the opportunity to host Ayla and her mom, Miss Alma. Like it's been a pleasure. Like we're very fortunate to be in this position and to know that families, like theirs are watching us and holding us accountable for honoring what we do. This is important, and she's a winner. And it's a good idea to have as many winners around as you can get. Yeah, no, she's had 2 days that's been out of this world. We wanted to try and have she and her mom feel as much a part of our family as possible. In a 36 to 48 hour window. And they've been really gracious. It's been a really busy schedule. She's been amazing. She's an amazing speaker. So if you can, I can stop if you want, because she's better than I am at this. But it's just been really great, and we're thankful to have had this opportunity. As soon as we continue to like hear about her desire to one day play basketball in the W. We just wanted to make sure that we did our part to continue to light that flame of passion and desire that she has. And I don't know if I'll still be here when you get here, but any team that gets a chance to have you as part of their organization, they'll be lucky. All right, man. Yeah, 7 out of 13 is hard, even for the greatest players. But I think Taya in particular, coming off a Thursday night, like she's, I think really spent a couple of days, really thinking about, what it takes to be good and be more consistent as a player. And she's put a lot of extra time in over the last couple of days. Not that she wasn't before, but she was chomping at the bit to get back at it tonight. So really happy for her. I don't think there's a better feeling as an athlete or a performer when you like I put very specific time and reps into preparing myself for something, and then you go out and have success. That's the incentive to repeat that action. So the things that she thought about, the way she approached the game, staying after practice yesterday, talking about things, working on things on the court, that carried over. And, it's not so much the shots going in, but like the pace, the decision-making, the force that she played the game with, those are things that also can carry over every night.
Derek, it seemed like you were holding Seattle in the jumpers all night. How impressed are you from your defense to really keep their ball in there to really penetrate?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a really, really good night, defensively, like even without, Breonna Stewart and Jordan Canada, for this team to score less than 60 points that's hard to do. But our defense has really been our anchor all season. We've made it really difficult for teams to score. We just haven't been able to shoot the ball as consistently on our end. But Brittany Sykes and Taya and, Erica Wheeler, like our perimeter players, I think they just accepted the challenge to try and make it as hard as possible for, Seattle's, you're playing against Sue Bird and Jewel Lloyd. That's not easy. So they took the challenge, tried to make them work as much as possible. It's something that we have to understand that, we're not going to shoot the ball great every night, but if we can make it really difficult for teams to score, we'll always have a chance. And, that's what's been the case for the most part. That didn't happen on Thursday. So I'm glad that, we got right back to it tonight.
On that note, can you kind of elaborate on the type of catalyst that Brittany gives you on defense, especially when she matched up like player? I guess a player like Jewel Lloyd can really just lock her up, and I think she only had 5 points.
Yeah, no, it's not easy to be a talented basketball player that can do a lot of things and channel that into like, I'm going to be like really, really intentional and good about this one thing, whether or not I get to do all the other stuff. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Brittany's like really versatile as a player, doesn't always get to show that offensively a lot of times. But she's just really, really intentional about being not just good, but great on the defensive end. And, you know, she guards the other team's best perimeter player every night. And our defense has been great every night almost because of her. It starts with her presence, to be honest, because I think her teammates know that's where she hangs her hat and they don't want to let her down. And she sets the tone every night on that end.
Good. Our last question over here.
So we have 2 more games. Take this on the road. You don't necessarily control your own destiny, but you do control your effort. Past that, what else can you do?
Yeah, you stay focused on that, right? That's the only part of this process that we control. And the trick that like the world convinces you is that you don't, like, you're not in control of all these other things only at the end, right? Like, we've always been in control of what we do, regardless of where standings, opponents, or this or that. And that's the magic, that's the special sauce that like the greatest to ever like compete and perform and do things, like they figure out how to like be laser focused on the things that they can control. And they don't waste as much energy on the things they can't. And that was the message for our team after the game Thursday night. Like, I literally read a passage, some comments that Kobe made at one point about staying focused on the things that he could control. Couldn't control whether or not he got playing time his first season or he came off the bench his second season. He had to continue to do the work. And then when his opportunity to start and become who he became, like, that part comes later, but he stayed focused on doing the work. And that's all we can do. And I think anytime you get ahead of yourself, worrying about things you can't focus on as a player or as a team, it doesn't usually work out very well, because you're going to miss the opportunity that's happening right in front of you.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks, everybody. Again, at some point this season, but if not, everybody be safe and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Yep.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I had to go get my parents the car. They were cold.
Hey, Ted.
What's up?
There's a question for both of you. Coach Fisher was talking about, the effort that the backcourt takes and defensively against both, Super and Joel Lloyd, 2 all-stars and Olympians. Just what was your guys' mindset coming into the game on that defensive end there?
On me? Okay. Just to go in, and we know that they have really good perimeter players in Birdie and in Jewel. And let's just face it, they're Olympians as well. So we just went into the game, obviously pushing for playoffs and then just winning Staples again. And on top of that, just to show that, we were the better guards that night.
Yeah, Coach was saying that, you it's kind of hard when you play on Thursday, you worked exceptionally hard for the last 2 days for today. Just curious what your mindset was today, what you wanted to focus on.
Honestly, just letting it go. I think the last 2 games, I wasn't really feeling like myself. So I you know, can't stay down for too long, and I had next game mentality, and had to shake it off. I got back in the gym, refocused, and I just came out with a better mindset and ready to play.
Hey, Terry, thanks for taking the time, personal Nightcast Media. What changed in your opinion from Thursday night after really frustrating night against Connecticut to now? Because the energy, the ankle breakers, I mean, there was just, this was probably one of your most impressive games as a team this season. So what changed, and do you agree, was this your most impressive game this season as a team?
Honestly, I feel like, that was the last game we played was our first game since the long road trip we had. That was really our first time, playing with defense and going full speed. So I think that game was just rough on everybody, and we was very disappointed in ourselves. And individually, we had to, come back and collectively be on the same page. So we all changed our focus, locked in, and we came back with the next game mentality. Like I said, we was ready to play. I can't hear you.
Yeah. For me, my teammates, they hype me up for blocks. They hype me up for just getting in defense. Actually, Tay, even against, I want to say Connecticut, she does a really good job of keeping me in it. She'll hit me and be like, hey, your defense starts the team. Like, come on, we need you to kick it up. And I appreciate her for holding me accountable like that, because that is, a part of my role on this team, and I take it very seriously. I mean, I'm going for depoy, but besides that, I just want to make sure that, our team is the best defensive team. We set that tone, and we're going to keep that tone. Yeah.
Is that true?
She is wise for her age. I mean, it's simple what she says. It's very ABC, and she gave us words of wisdom in the huddle during shoot around. She gave us words of wisdom before we went to the final huddle to go to the court. And all it was to have fun, play smart, simple things that you could kind of forget, as you get older, because everything becomes so serious. But seeing it through her eyes, she literally said, just have fun, go out and play hard and win the game, because we want to make playoffs. So we did that.
Speaking to that, you mentioned playoffs. Did you guys know the playoff implications of this game if you lost it?
No, we don't really care about that. We want to win so we can get into playoffs, Of course, yeah, we think about that, but at the same time, we got to convert our energy into things that we can control, and we can control ourselves to try and win this game the best way possible. And we did that tonight, so we're still alive. We got 2 more games, and we're looking to do the same thing.
It was a pretty spectacular perimeter defensive performance to me. Only had 2 fouls in the night.
Yep.
It seemed like you were incredibly aggressive at keeping the scoring guards from getting past you and getting into the interior. What was the key for you to have that defensive success while also really limiting the fouls, which is an issue of some points for the team?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to move my feet. I just try to move my feet, use my body to my advantage. And as for the guards, when we're playing them, I know for me personally, I get, goals with Coach T, LT, and one of the goals were all the perimeter guards to keep them under 6 points. So it's a hell of a job to do in 4 quarters, to try to keep Olympians and prolific scorers under their average. But I have fun. It's a challenge. It keeps me in the game, and it keeps us in the game. So I like this, especially Tay on Talbot at the top of the key. That might have been my favorite defensive.
I don't care what they call it. I did not foul the girl.
No. The first one. The second one, yeah. But the first one, yeah. That's how we played each other in practice. So to see that on the court on a night in, night out basis, I like it, because that means we're not aggravated in practice in vain.
Take one from the Zoom, Michael Matthew.
Oh,
Oh, shucks now.
What's up, ladies? Man, you guys had them on skates tonight, just to let y'all know. Tell you a great move earlier. But just tell me about just when you guys are aggressive as far as the guards, with Erica as well. How much better does it make the team?
When our guards are aggressive, how does it help the team? Basically.
We hope to do that every night, but clearly it don't be going our way like that. But I mean, it's a great thing, like, we love when it's going good, everybody loves when it's going good. Just trying to be consistent with it, honestly.
For real.
Good.
Outside of us, anything from 17 on board, you got what does that mean to you?
It was very, I was actually very shocked. But I was also proud of myself. I mean, I feel like it's my second year to get that and be amongst, amazing people and Olympians and LeBrons and Simone Biles and all that. To be number 17 was impressive for me. So, yeah, it was a little shut it. So doing something right.
You have one more?
Good on you.
Good one.
Brittany, are you a baseball fan? I saw you at the Dodger game.
I like all sports.
Oh, okay. I saw you at the Dodger field place at the Dodger game.
Oh, no, I'm gonna be honest, that's just swag, G. That's just swag. It's a nice hat and I wore it. That's my fit. That's it.
I just had
I'm a fan of all sports. But yeah, nah, the hats and everything, that's, it's a little drip.
You guys, how many, like, do you like to go to like stuff like that?
I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't a WNBA player, I'd be a PBA bowler. So there you go. Professional bowler.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys, have a great night.
Hey, Nick.
Hi.
Very different outcome from the last game against Connecticut. Coach Fisher had talked about how, the response, it seemed like your team's just a lot more focused tonight, ready to play. Just what did you see differently? What was the difference between the last game and this one that, you're able to have this third time?
Yeah, I mean, I personally saw, more acute focus when it came to us being able to, face our opponent. The name of the game for us right now is composure and consistency. And so for us to be able to see that we're capable of having that type of game from start to finish shows that there's a standard by which we have to operate. And so we just need to make sure that we come together every day as a collective and know that that's what that standard is, not just show up and play. I think today, the way we came out, like, we showed the game respect, we showed our opponents respect, not to say that we haven't before, but in a way where you compete the whole time, no matter what the outcome is.
What kind of like tone does having guards like Brittany and Taya and Erica, the way they play defense today, how does that set the tone for the whole team?
I mean, it sets the tone for us getting stops. I think one thing, in my years being with Fish, I've been able to see his defensive philosophy evolve, and it's been really great. It's not easy to come in and try to teach people new things, especially when, people are coming from different systems where they're used to doing things a certain way. But for us to be able to all buy in, especially on the defensive end, I think that has definitely shown to be our strong suit this season and get stops. But most importantly, I think today we did much better one-on-one. And that happens when you have the trust behind you. And that's the foundation of the defense that Fish has put us through. And to have players that can execute that, it makes those behind them just, want to work harder.
You guys, are you trying to go on down the playoff picture, or do you acknowledge and think about it? That's what makes it all.
Yeah, for me, I play every game the same. I play to win, I play to compete, I play to get better. Obviously, there's certain things that are in your control and there's certain things that aren't. And I just really hope, no matter how anything unfolds this season, I hope that we as a team, both individually and collectively, understand that there are moments when you do have kind of like your fate in your hands, and you don't want it to come down to what other people do, which is kind of where we find ourselves right now. And understanding that no matter what, you have to take the game seriously in any capacity, whether it's the first game of the season or the last 3 games of the season, and instilling that culture, hopefully, and finishing this season out strong and seeing what happens is really what we want to be able to do. It was great, I hope we do this every year. I think that it was incredible for us to be able to not just celebrate HBCUs, but those who are connected to them, and to celebrate it in a way where, you felt it throughout the game. And, it's amazing because we were in the locker room talking about, the different letter jackets that we got. And I have a connection to PV. I live 30 minutes away from PV. My mom got her master's from PV. And so it allowed me to also kind of tap into what my connection was. And I think that it's something that should be celebrated. And it was great for us to get a win with a game that was commemorating HBCUs as well.
Focus, composure. Rick's like saying that Zaya's presence, she kind of had a message to you guys to have fun.
Yeah.
Does that come into it too? Is that like having her there, or that spirit?
Yeah, she definitely came in, and her message was simple, but it was exactly what we needed, to go out there, play hard and have fun, and when you're competing, it's fun. At least for me, it is. When you're competing, it's fun. And that's what we want LA Sparks to be about. I've told my team since the beginning, it's not about what happens, it's about how it happens. And if we focus on, being present and doing it for each other and buying in, which is what Z said to us today, it shows, being selfless in that regard and ensuring that what you're doing is always for the team. And I'm so happy that she was able to come in and instill those words in us. She's a bright young star, and it was amazing to be able to have her presence. I think her championship presence brought a lot of energy today. So for her to be able to come and experience us, intimately and also at the game, and of course, winning with her there, I hope it was as fun for us as it was for her as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.